Hey,
Hello,
Stellina,
everyone.
Stellina, how you so cute now? You cute too?
I'm going to say thank you very kindly, very kindly, and so are
Still
you both.
despised tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Faithful. Have to put a
Mm-hmm.
cap on because we're not done, baby. We're just not done.
I don't know, guys. Let us know if you're hearing us clearly, because I'm hearing feedback. I don't know if it's just me. Is it just me?
I can hear you. I can hear
I can
Mr.
hear you.
I want to know the audience hearing the feedback. Good night.
Oh, she doesn't care
What's
about
up?
us. She doesn't care about us.
Trying. I'm trying to like be like excited, like hyped, like
What
yeah.
you need? What do you need? What you need to have?
Listen, girl, I need a lot of shit.
Can you tell us right now what you need?
I feel
Give
you.
us. Boy, let me tell you.
Guys,
I don't know why.
can you guys hear us properly? Like, is our audio on point? It's chaotic today. Today seems a bit chaotic.
Yeah, give us your 2 cents. You hearing us good? You hearing us good? If you're in the chat, let us see you. Raise your hand.
Start dropping
Raise a
them, start
flag.
putting them.
Raise something. Oh my God. Hello, guys. Welcome. I don't know. I'm going to try and use this other AirPod. I don't know if it's this one. It's doing this. And I'm going to. But it is. Oh my God. It sounds even worse. Oh my God. And like I swear here, like as if we're in a barrel. But we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving, guys.
Yeah.
Let us know how you're hearing us. Folks are coming on, but they're not commenting. I don't know what's going on. But we want to say welcome, one and all, everybody, for coming on, for stopping by, for joining us for another episode of 2 Cents. I'm like wearing a t-shirt. I had like, okay, I don't know if you about you guys. I don't know what you guys do for like. I know Ricqcolia works from home, in between home and
All
house,
over. Yeah.
all over.
My office is all over.
Stellina, I know you do a bit of both.
Same. Yeah. Oh.
Well, I've been like exclusively home. When I teach at the university, that's the only time I've actually gone out in like a very long time. And for the last two, so I got offered an opportunity to do freelance producing for a radio station in Canada. So yeah, thank you.
It's awesome.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing why I'm so tired, because
Always
I can
something.
I can produce with my eyes closed, right? Here's the thing. I get in on the first day and they're like, we also want you to be an on-air contributor. I was
What?
like, bruh,
Just like that? Like I didn't get
Yes.
the heads up.
that is how things happen though like in North America. It's spinning you today, somebody's like the star and tomorrow they're gone, like that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
how that is
You
how
have
it
to
works.
stay ready.
So you literally have this, so I'm like like I'm I have to learn. I have to learn
Yes,
how
from
to manage
producer
my
hat to hosting hat with the
also.
quickness.
I the last 2 days I've been like falling on my face. It's not a full-time gig, it's just a freelance, so it's more or less when people go on leave, and in the summertime a lot of people go
Take
take time off and
vacations.
stuff,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much a short-term gig, but with the way the world is, you never know. You have to really put your best foot forward, especially considering that radio station is one of the biggest in Canada, as well as well, their studio is the best in Canada, hands down. Like
Not the province, the entire country.
yeah, let me tell you, I'm gonna be posting a video of my first 2 days, and y'all will see for yourself. Like bougie, they have like Like when I tell you bougie, they have sunroof and playroom, and you can
Hi.
build like. Ah! Let me tell
Do you need assistance?
Putting
yeah, it
on.
is. It is one of so big up course. Well, the radio station is actually 6:40 a.m. Toronto, and but course is the parent company, but their building is so boss.
Hmm.
Let me tell you,
It's
that
me
build.
sending my application tonight. Like,
I could
hello.
you could eat on the floor. That
Oh
I
building
my
is
asked first,
so.
Stellina. I asked first.
But it is a very nice building, and I want to big up Amanda. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you, and Angel. I want to big up Amanda for giving me this opportunity, and the folks at Chorus who've been like who at 6:40 a.m. Toronto, especially the folks that the show that I'll be producing, that is the Let's Talk with Danny Stover. She's so wonderful. Oh my God, she's have had the best 2 days. And the content producer, his name is Glenn, and he has been awesome. And
It's a
no more
lot.
So
laughs.
awesome.
It's a
I'm
lot.
tired.
It's a
I'm
Well,
lot.
tired.
that's like that's good tired. That's good tired
But it's
because you're
good.
doing
I think
things.
because I'm not used to doing the home and work like outdoors stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while. But in addition to that, traffic takes me about an hour commute to and from. So
Things I don't miss.
I do not miss. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. We have
yeah, the
15 to
traffic was
20
brutal.
minutes drive.
To my house after, like, if I have to do any errands, anything for clients, it is well after rush hour has ended. So,
Yeah.
oof. And I
No.
can imagine Toronto's traffic is, ugh,
It's been bad. It's been bad. Toronto traffic, and I'm like,
yeah.
ah! I had like
And
road
it's
rage.
summer,
Like
it's the summertime too, so everybody's out and about.
I saw, I don't know. I This is my very first time I saw a black cop that like
What do you have?
walk
Was he like fine? Wait,
like
what?
plenty locksy on his head, and his face all scruffy, and he had like these big glasses on. He was actually directing traffic. When I saw him, I was on the phone. I was on the phone. I was like,
Where the pics? Where the pics?
like a black cop with locks. So I'm like, "Yeek." Like I don't want to be like because you can't
She
honk,
said
right?
kick. Oh my
So I
god.
go, I give a little "Yeek," and he turns. I say, he must be Caribbean, and I do this, and he goes,
Girl.
I see you. He, listen, black folks,
Not
Caribbean
kick.
folks, when you see we meet see each other,
When we
we
see each other,
recognize.
it's just click, click, one time.
We recognize. We recognize. Like he was just like, and I'm like, too bad I'm jumping on the highway. I would have been kick, kick, kick. Yes,
Oh
yes.
boy.
Leave me alone. And no ticket for me. I was like, I was talking to my boyfriend. I was like, oh my god, like I have not seen a black cop with locks. And when I tell you, like real locks, they're like not nothing nicely done, like real Rasta man.
Right? Now
Like
there's lots
bongo, like
of
bongo
Not
grass.
locks.
bongos, but like real lock. Like it's not
Grass.
unkempt. It's just locks and his face full of hair. And he was wearing glasses, he was
Nice.
wearing big chunky glasses. And he dark skinned man, and he go, yes! And I see him, okay. Yeah, enough of me. How was your week? How was your week, guys?
Well, I mean, I didn't bounce up any best rasta this week, but hoping for next week. This week, I don't know. I feel like this week was a blur for me. Just been busy with work. I actually got contracted to do a couple new projects under my business. I'm really excited about that. Um,
Congratulations.
it hasn't been, I haven't been exhausted this week, but I anticipate that it's going to pick up next week. So I'm just enjoying the downtime now and counting my blessings.
Love that.
That's
My
what you
week.
do.
I
Congratulations.
spent my week doing what? Oh well, the almond deck. We celebrate a year since we began operations in August.
Wow,
So we
congratulations.
have been doing a lot of preparations for the 1 year anniversary. Actually, today we sent out our flags because we're hosting. I think it's Dominica's first COFA run. So we're about to host that on August 19th. So registration is open for any boat owners who feel like they want to take part in Dominica's what might be, I think it's our first poker run, if I'm not
It is the
mistaken.
first. I would have known about it.
Yes. So we're hosting our first poker run as part of our first year 1 year anniversary. So if you have any boat owner friends, anybody on here, you know, someone with a boat who's interested in taking part, it starts from Scott said it ends at 2 p.m. Registration per team is $300. It's 6 persons per team. There's a grand cash prize.
Hmm.
It's a grand cash prize
Mm.
for the champion. So guys, yeah, get your boat friends, gather your teams. You know,
What kind of boats though?
That
Like
sounds like
what?
a whole vibe.
Fishing
no
boat?
speed boats
A
like fishing
pee.
boats. You can bring your pipri as long as you get to the last stop on time. You can come with your pipri.
Listen, I'll be able to make my pee.
Same. But yeah, we're doing this poke around, and then we have a few other stuff that we're gonna keep announcing as you know time approaches. So yeah, I have been busy with that. That's a lot.
Nice. I just
Hmm.
love that we're all just booked and busy
Good
Yeah.
doing
morning
it.
to the guys on the Facebook Live. Tell us what your how your week was. We want to know. We want to get an
How
idea
are
as
the
to
wins?
yeah. Or what you are. Well, it's a long weekend here in Canada.
Okay.
Therefore, it has started. Um, so so it's a long weekend here. But let us know how your week was, or even what you're doing for the weekend. If you cut in here, whatever you're doing for the weekend, let us know. We want to know. We want to get your 2 cents. We want to get in on the fun. We have a really good show for you guys today. This is season 1, episode 6. We have one more episode in the season. Yes, guys.
Where did the time go?
One more. As I mentioned to you when we first started this was a pilot project, and we obviously have to measure and make sure it's worth continuing, make sure we can sustain the show because people got bills to pay. So we're ending the season at number 7, and we want your input. So if you follow the group, I know at some point there should be a poll going out to ask you guys what kind of content you liked based on what we spoke about over the last 5 episodes. So we want to get your feedback. We want to know what you and we're going to be targeting the top fans. Those of you who've been coming on here, you've been sharing. We want your input so much so if we do have a second season, we want to include you in that season. So we want you to come on with us. So we have some plans, and we hope that we can get those plans can come to fruition. We can actually they can bear fruit because
Yep.
we really want to continue this, but we can only continue it if you want us to continue. So if you don't want us giving our 2 cents, you just want us to go and hush our mouth and mind our business. We'll
It's
do
really
just
up to
that.
you guys. It's really up
Busy
to you.
guys.
It's
It's
really up
really
to
up
you.
to you. Right.
Hmm.
So folks have been logging on, and they've been saying, so Anastasia is saying she's good night, she's listening. Joshua is saying, hey. Joshua, my response to you is hello, darling. Joshua will know why I'm saying that. Angel is saying she's hearing us just fine. Nix Roy is saying her week was exhausting times 2. So I guess she's been having one of those weeks into the weekend. I hope it gets better. I mean, all you have to do is drink a rum.
Tomorrow's Friday. One
When
more
you
day. One more
yeah,
day.
drink a rum, take a shot or tequila or something. You
I
know?
know. I know Anika had an exhausting week. Yeah. You,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should be rested. Well, I guess that's what you're doing now while you watch Two Cents. Laying down and
Yes.
stretching out.
Lie down on your back, put your legs
Stretch
open
out.
wide on your bed by yourself.
Like Ashna.
We have a packed show today. We're gonna be talking a little bit about defending people you love. We're gonna be talking about baby mama drama. We're gonna be talking about uh kids. We're gonna be talking about the Titanic. We're gonna be talking about a lot of shit.
Why
But
do we ever think the Titanic creation as conversation? Never thought.
let's get into it. We wanna get things started here this evening. Our first conversation we're dropping this evening is all about a topic that I'm sure most of you have seen. You know about if you're in the Caribbean, if you're from Trinidad, if you're from the the West Indies, you probably know this person. You probably um, know about this story, and we want to take a specific angle on it. And I will let Stellina kind of take you away and kind of give you the context of the story, or
Oh,
where we're coming with this. Um,
okay.
but before, I want to ask the question, like,
Right.
how would you actually react if your enemy was harmed or killed? Would you rejoice? Would you put on a black screen on your or a display picture, to pay homage?
To
Would
mourn.
you would you would you dress up and go to the funeral? What would you do if your sworn enemy, somebody that you just don't like the person head, if that person was harmed or killed? Would you laugh? What would you do? And was actually discussing this because somebody passed away. Some famous person passed away, and you'll get to know a little bit more about them. And the response was amazing.
Baffling. Baffling.
Take it away, Stelina.
Why are we waiting for them? So, like, yeah, we're referring to Nyango. Ricqcolia, are you familiar with him? Because I know you're based in Trinidad. So, is Young Boss or Kevin somebody you're familiar with?
Generally, I've seen a few videos on TikTok. They were hilarious. I at one point I think I went down a mini rabbit hole with his content, so I'm generally familiar with him. It's not someone
Okay,
that I
so
follow, but yeah.
Kevin, he poses as a comedian. Like when I'm me following him, to me, it's all fun and games. Like I will sign on to his profile, his TikTok, his Facebook, Yank Nation. I will like that's how I would wind my day down because he's so hilarious. Like he is ridiculous
Naturally,
naturally just stupid and just cracking jokes all the time. Some people, sometimes the route that he takes with his jokes they can be out of the way sometimes, I'm going to say. But he was just generally a funny guy, comedian to me. And he had real beef. Like it was sometimes it wouldn't always be like just joking about something random. Like if he had beef with Jael, like he would sit on Young Nation on this live and Jael would be getting it for probably an hour straight. That is how ruthless Kevin was. Like he would just cuss you out, and he used to be ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. So in some cases, the beef with the people that he would talk about would be real beef. And he was shot dead outside Trin City Mall in Trinidad on Saturday. And I'm like, what, Kevin? Somebody shoot Kevin? That's crazy because I was on Kevon's live like on Wednesday. What's going on? No, Kevon was supposed to be part of a boat cruise on the following Sunday. So he was shot on Saturday and the boat cruise just and that boat cruise was on Sunday. And while he was live on Saturday afternoon, he got a phone call and the person was like, they're looking for tickets. Like, where you at? I need my tickets. Bring me my tickets. Bring my. So he was on the live saying, yo, all you. That person they harassing me, for the tickets. That person harassing me for the tickets. I going to leave now and go and bring that person tickets. He was calling the person's name, da 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 da. He was going to bring the person's ticket. He got off the live. He was like, yeah, I'm going to deliver tickets. Shows tomorrow. Big show tomorrow. Da 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 da. Kevin got off the live. Went to Train City Mall where the person said they were. That was it. Before he could get out of his car, he was gone down. Like the car was gone down. He was just brutally murdered. No, he had real beef, like I said. And one of the people that he had real beef with, she wasted no time. She got dressed in black hat. black sunglasses, black top, black skirt. She got her champagne. She sat live on Facebook and she was singing, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen. Praise God. Good riddance."
And this is based off of words, just words that
I
they've
did not
exchanged.
even want to laugh. She was so happy about what happened to Kevin. Like that woman was like to her that was the best thing. Like she was popping champagne, she was pouring herself her drink, she was toasting. Guys, let's take a toast to that yo dirty dog. Yes, yes, praising the people who shot him. And I don't know if I had a sworn enemy who got killed like that. Like, all right, so rest in peace. But I am not going to go on Facebook live rejoicing over the death of nobody. You could be sworn enemy times two. You will not catch me on Facebook rejoicing over that for sure. No, not gonna happen. Then he had this other one. She took a different route because she was live last night, and she was like, "Yeah, me and Kevin had beef. We had real beef, but I just feel like they could have beat him instead and not kill him." Yeah, she was literally like beat him, give him blows, bust his ass. But all you kill him? Why you kill Kevin for? All you kill him? Bust his ass, yes, would I be happy? But all you kill him?
Where are we? Where are we? Like, what? I
So
need off this planet. What is happening?
no. So my response, no. Sworn enemy, rest in peace. We move on. That's it. We're not on Facebook rejoicing and praising. No, we're not doing that. So
So,
that's
so let me ask you, like, if the person, let's say the person wasn't killed, if the person was just harmed. For example, they get a bus down and they fall down somewhere, like let's say they're at an event and they fall and it's public, or everybody sees it. Like, would you laugh? Like, if you see that happen, would you laugh? Look at that! Stellina, I think I witnessed you laughing somebody, that fallen one.
okay. So I am not going to laugh intentionally.
Your
I don't
first
know.
reaction.
I don't know if that makes sense. But my first reaction might be your mod. But I no, I don't like karma jail. I know about karma. And it's like I know about karma. So I wouldn't rejoice. Like if somebody follow no, I'm gonna say no. But at first I'll be like, oh okay. Mm-hmm. Got you. And probably
I
move
have
on.
to be honest. I will laugh the first time it happened. Not killed, like but if you get a bus down and me and you were not good, I will probably go hey. That's what I'm like and then I will go and see if you okay. But I will laugh. My
Probably I might be like, oh, mm-hmm. Okay.
my
And then
first
I know
reaction is to belly like a goat. Like I'm
yeah.
like all over the damn place. Period. Period. How about you, Ricqcolia? What would you do?
Which one? If they fall or if they
No, if they
I'm
don't.
killed or
bucket?
died.
No. So personally, I don't dislike anyone that much. And I've never experienced that. Like, I would have had my issues with people or whatever, but it's never crossed my mind that I wish, well, I wish, or if God forbid something was to happen to them, that I'd be like,
I don't wish
glad.
nothing bad happen to nobody. I'm just saying if you fall and you
You
might
fall,
like
I'd be
fall,
like,
I'm not wishing bad for
you look for
nobody.
that.
You know what? I wish everybody what they deserve. So if you fall,
Agreed.
like you deserve it, and I will belly like a goat.
Right. Because, you're doing things that obviously there's a reason why I would not like you. I always feel like things come back, like that little boomerang of karma has always come back. And if not today, if not tomorrow, it's come back at one point in time. So yeah, if you fall down, it's like, yeah, boomerang is making its rounds back. But that's a bit extreme though, to go on. It's one thing, even if let's say you really hate that person, like absolute with every fiber in your being, that's another level to sit down on a live and
I don't
invite
even
people
I
into
don't
that
even
live and to rejoice in someone publicly. That is next level.
I don't hate nobody.
Um,
Fiber in my being. I don't like you.
Same.
I don't F you.
Same. I don't have that kind of energy for people.
I
Even if,
don't.
let's say, you are going on live every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., calling me up my name, saying every bad thing about me, my mother, da 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 da. I don't have that kind of energy for you. To harbor that kind of animosity, that is energy.
I
I
don't have
think people don't realize that that is energy that I can't I don't have that kind of I don't have that for you. You don't deserve, like, no one deserves, like, especially people that I don't like. I would never give you that all of that of me. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve, like, that kind of energy from me. Even if it's me saying I hate you, like, why would I give you my energy?
Well,
You know?
if somebody decides to make me a topic of conversation, I mean, I think I'm very important. So on that
There's
note,
also that.
I'm not gonna. What am I gonna hate you for? I may not
I'm
like.
clearly taking up a lot of space rent free in your head. Thank you.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't put my energy on that. But if I see you fall on and you get a bust down, I will laugh. These asking, will I go and help them? Yeah, probably I would. I would probably go and help you to see if you're okay. Because I mean,
With a smile on my face.
my initial
You okay
reaction,
there?
but no, I know I wouldn't.
You
I
okay?
I wouldn't even. Although I did say there was one particular person who recently kind of effed with me, and I say if they catch on fire, I wouldn't use spittle to out them. If they're on fire, I wouldn't use spittle to. I'll
You
swallow my spittle instead of. I did
you
say that.
bargain.
I
Go.
did. I did say that, but in the spur of the moment, I said it, and it's not something that I don't think it's not my nature to do to just see somebody hurt and pass them and watch them and and not fact on them whatsoever. If it's somebody, if the person died, that's not a joke. The person has left the earth.
That's
That's
very permanent. That is very permanent.
that is not staying. It's not something that I would do at all. Let's see what the
I
people.
also I also feel like, even if, forget karma, I feel like it's you rejoicing over someone's death. I feel like you're putting things out there that'll come back to you. I feel like you're sort of like manifesting certain things as well. So I would not feel comfortable, especially publicly rejoicing in someone's death, because I don't know, like, I feel like that'll come to me in one way or the other,
So,
wishing death and happy that someone is dead.
so the comments are saying, Joyanne is saying, if I don't like you, and wait, let me. Sorry, it just by the comments coming back. Sorry, I just it just went away. If I don't like you, don't fall in front of me.
Facts.
Ashma is saying, I don't have enemies that I'm aware of. Dot 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 that I'm aware of. Calista is saying, I always think there are different classes of enemies. Some want you down and dead. Others, oh my god, those comments are coming. Sorry. They're coming real fast. Others don't like you, but they don't wish you the worst. I don't know if I have enough energy to figure out how much of they don't like me. Like,
No, no, I know. I think I know what they're saying, because I think I've experienced that before. You, in terms of, like, the different levels, you have the people who out and bad, they do not like you, and then you have people who they do not like you secretly, and they stay close to you, and they're wishing ill, and they're like, to the face, they're nice, nice this, but they're wishing for your downfall. And I've experienced that personally with people with an individual who I thought was a friend, and I thought that she had my back in a lot of ways, only to realize that she hated me.
she has
And
stomach. Just
actually, not well. No, she actually was, clink clink locked on with hers, and I was, free singling the city. I was liking myself. I had my little fun phase, so it had nothing to do with man or anything like that. But this was also around the time that my media career was taking off as well. And I had other friends of mine, close friends of mine, who would have known me from before, and was saying that girl does not like you.
That sounds
And I'm there like, no,
my
no, why? I didn't do anything to her. And me and my little naive frame of mind thinking that for me to think that someone doesn't like me for these reasons is a bit narcissistic. So I was kind of denying it, only to realize after the fact that was actually, in fact, the case. She did not like me, and she was also advising and guiding me and giving advice as a friend in a way that was not in my best interest. So I'm assuming that is probably what they mean in terms of levels of enemies as well. The ones who smile to your face, you think they're in your circle and they're really not for you. Those are the dangerous ones, I think,
I had one of
because
those.
you never see them coming.
I had
You
one.
had one?
Oh yes, I had
Yeah,
one of those. But
they're
you know what I
dangerous.
do? I wish them whatever they deserve.
Same. It always comes back. Like I say, it always
I
comes
wish
back.
you what you deserve, me brother. Whatever. I don't tell nobody, God bless you. Or no, I don't tell nobody that. Neither if I
What you
like you.
deserve.
I wish you what you
I
deserve.
wish you what you deserve.
Right.
Period per.
I agree. What you deserve. Whatever you
Same.
deserve, that's it.
That's it. That's it. So yeah, that's it for this topic. I mean, I feel like some folks are saying that we don't rejoice in people's death, and I think it was very distasteful, and it shows poor character. It demonstrates so many.
Human, pure human. Ugh.
You're a disgusting person, regardless of how much I dislike, detest, don't like,
Yeah.
can't stand, can't see that person. I don't think anybody should rejoice when another
No.
individual loses their life. So that's
Especially if it's over social media beef. Like, it
exactly.
is not worth
Social media
it.
is real life, nowadays to some people.
Excuse
Social
me.
media is real life. And speaking about beef and fighting and all of that stuff, um, we saw recently a video circling around of a young man who was punching a woman. Then we saw him get shot. The woman got arrested, and for his death. Turns out it was her son who had shot him. Police at the time thought that she'd incited the attack, which later would result in his death. And it turned out it was the son reacting when he saw his mom being beat up. Our question is, how far would you go to protect your mom or your dad? Like, how far would you go?
You will catch hands. And some other things as well. Like, there's no question about that.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me right now? How
I feel
dare
like
you?
I feel like most of us going to agree on the same thing. Like you will cut some hands and probably more than hands because you're
And
not
more
gonna
than hands.
listen. Especially in my presence, like while I am there or in very close proximity to whatever is occurring at the time,
Stellina, we've all seen you be petty on social media. We have. When it
and
comes to your dad.
I have it in me. Like I will, you go low, I'm gonna go lower.
No,
Whoa!
uh.
Yeah, trust me, it's not gonna happen. Flesh,
Do not catch Stellina during election time, eh?
do, no, they by now
Why is
they know
that?
that. They know that by
Yo,
now.
Ricqcolia during election time.
No,
Stellina is boy. Let me tell
during
you.
election time, my name during election time is Stellina Red, not Stellina Blue. For 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 very obvious
Oh
reason.
my god! Like when I tell you a bulldog, a
Ricqcolia
red
will
freaking
still
bulldog.
Ricqcolia. We'll
Let me,
talk.
let me know. Yeah.
We'll let you know. But no, Jael, it's not gonna happen. How far would you go to protect your mom? We're gonna go all the way. Let's say
And we're
although,
gonna end it one time.
yeah, but too, like how old was the boy? 14? Well, he's 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I just get the feeling like he might feel like reacting that way to more situations in the way he did might be okay.
I feel like I have to share your sentiments. Like he might think that he got away with
He got away. So I would
he
have
got
probably
away
taught
with it.
him a lesson. In some part of me, I would teach him a lesson. Like, there are other ways to resolve. I mean, it's your mom. You really can, like, there's a lot of emotions here. But in efforts to let him like to teach him something like conflict resolution, I would let him know like, hey, that's probably not the way. I would teach him a lesson because he's 14. He's a
So
pre
what you
he's
saying? He
eight.
should do at least community
But in
service
this,
or
I
but
would
something,
in
give him
this
some community
situation,
service to do. Like do some community service. Do something in the community,
and
but
some therapy while they're at
some
it.
therapy. But if we're talking about Martha and Reginald, I don't need I
Your
don't
sister
need
on the life is like all the way.
I
I
don't
think
need the
our
therapy.
sisters, our sister, oh, both sisters on the life.
Yeah, both. Yeah, they're both. Yeah, and we'll go all the way.
Stellina, how about you?
Yeah. So that's me. What about you, Victoria? What
So
like?
you recall how about you?
no, there's no question. Like whatever you are attempting to do with my mother, now it's you and I. So there's no question at that point.
Even if they were
I
wrong.
don't see anything else. Like, how dare you?
So if they were wrong now, like if you know your mother was wrong,
Well, mommy, when we get home, I will let you know. Like, hey,
No,
mom,
if but if
what
you but if you're especially
for?
getting to the point of violence in that way, it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
No,
No,
I will correct at home. Leave it to me. I'll take care of it.
so if your mother hit the person first, she was
I
the
hit
one.
in the person back. When I go, my tell my mother she wrong. I hit in you back.
like why you do that?
I
You know
hit
you
in
was
you back.
wrong.
When we get home, ma, you and I, like, ma, you know what you did. Like, I will correct in private. We'll take care of it. But in public, I will hit. I hit in the person back.
Agreed.
That was getting
Sorry.
frowned
No.
down.
Sorry. Sorry. Not sorry.
Frowned
Let's
down.
let's take to the comments. Yeah, my sister's like, if my mom was alive, I'd do the same.
Of
But
course.
some Alison is saying, "Boy, you mad? Catch hands? More like chop hands. Please
Please.
don't risk your whole life." She
No.
says she losing all sense.
Mm-hmm.
All sense she have. Jael, how far I would go, I have no face when it comes to my family. Ashma say, all the way.
All the way. Let's let's go.
I think for some of us, like we know, like for me, when it comes like to family, and if I were to have kids, like when it comes to certain things, like in the back of my mind, I'm comfortable knowing, yeah, if it gets to that, I will do that. Some people say like, "Oh gosh, I don't think I would do it." The law, this, police, charge, jail. There's certain things I'm like I would comfortably do, knowing the consequences, and that is one
I
of
go in
them.
stock farm and eat cornflakes
I
and
am
drink
going to
juice
talk about it
and
nothing.
crabs.
You don't even have to have conflicts. I don't even need conflicts in Stockholm.
You check that your weight loss program, eh?
Yeah. Jenny Craig. Let's do some Jenny Craig. Let's go. I don't need conflicts in Stockholm, but we go, especially the non-confrontational voice. My mother is. Are you crazy? I stamping on you so hard.
How
Like
dare you? How
next
dare you?
jail next topic, please, because
She's getting heated.
no.
Heated.
She's getting emotional about it.
Next.
You put in your head and
This hypothetical situation. No, we're not doing this.
start thinking about scenarios where people try and touch a button and you're like, why man, if you just touch that button I just saw in you would need like
They just right, just
Stitching you up. You getting stitched.
oh my
No.
god, oh my god. Let's move on. We're moving on. We're moving on. We hope you guys are enjoying the show. We
The
hope
Auntie Jan is in the
back
comments.
from you, and we hope that you join our group chat. So we have a group on Facebook, and we want to get your feedback. We want to know how you're enjoying the show. We want to know what you'd like to see on the show. We want to know if you want us to continue with it. So make sure you jump in the chat. Aurelie just dropped the link in the chat. Please just go ahead and just click it, join the group, and give us your feedback, and so on and so forth. We had someone in our chat, actually speaking of chat, contribute, and I'm trying to get the person's name. So Angel Clark, one of our fans in our chat, um, sent in a question for us to feature on 2 cents. And obviously, we listen to our fans and our friends, the folks that follow the show. And her question was, would you risk your life and spend $2,000 to go see the Titanic? And that is, of course, referencing the five billionaires who decided to take a trip down under the sea. I guess they thought they were Ariel to see the Titanic
Sebastian. They were giving
and
Sebastian.
lost their lives as a result of it. What happened? They thought they were
I don't
Sebastian.
want to laugh. That's not funny. That's not funny. We were just talking about people and death. I'm not laughing.
Oh my God! No,
I'm
I
not
said
laughing.
their stupidity. I
What
no,
Ash?
I
Look at Ashman in the comments. Even before we start. Exactly.
I am just like, whoa.
No.
Somebody says, somebody
That was
says,
intense. That was an intense week. What they say, Jael?
oh my God. Okay, I'm not. It's not funny. Their death is not funny. The situation surrounding their death
It's hilarious.
is hilarious.
Insanity. It's insanity.
First of all,
Insanity. Were you guys following the story since it broke?
first of all, Angel, thank you very much for the question. We're gonna give our 2 cents on it. I was actually following the story, and I followed it for like a few seconds. Sorry.
I started following the story. Like I knew of it. When I started to get invested was when the headline said they had like 2 days left of oxygen. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
You got
Following
really
it on the
far.
news
You
that's
even
coming
got to
out.
where they lost oxygen. Ricqcolia, that was very far into that story. From the time I noticed that they were not looking like this, they didn't see that, they didn't have that
Well, two of them were on that spectrum. Let's be clear.
on the spectrum. Bye bye.
Yes, two of them were on the spectrum. As in, none. Two
Yeah.
of them were. That's what I mean.
Well, that had nothing to do with me, eh? Honestly, whether or not they were white, black, gold, pink, purple,
It didn't matter to me. It was just at the end of the day, it's
that
human beings. It's human
people
beings.
who are supposed to have a inkling of brains in their grains would spend $250,000 each, and to think that everything that they were exploring, they could like just go online and see it.
Let me
Like,
tell you.
first of all, where they were in the little thing that they were sitting in, like the
Listen,
little capsule they were in.
That was being used with a game controller, and according to the CEO, there was a particular part within the submersible that he pulled from an RV camper. That's when I was like, okay, am I being punked right now? Like, is this one of those fake? You know, like I'm not sure if you guys know the Onion, which is satirical news. Like this is the Onion, and then I'm starting to see the reputable news sites talking about it. I'm like, where am I? What is going on? How is anyone paying $250,000 to go down on anything
What?
that was janked together with a game controller?
Why is anybody after Rose and Jack? It was a wrap
that's
for me.
it. First
Like
of all,
after Rose and
Mind
Jack,
no, well, just to be fair, there have been people going down since it sank. I think for decades now, but these are experts. These are people who are in like top of the line vessels, and these are people who have gone down to like actually explore, and these are people who know what they're doing. Versus these guys who are
I
like,
don't know what they were looking
let's
for.
go on a tour.
I don't know what they were looking for.
let me tell you.
Well, this was like apparently this is a newish, I guess, attraction that the deceased CEO was trying to push in terms of this tourism element of the Titanic. Why
Tourism?
I don't. What is okay? Tours is probably not the right word, but tours down to
How many?
the
Is it
wreckage.
like seven? How many feet below did they have to go?
I'm not even interested
How
in the
many feet
amount of
below?
I
How
think
many?
in these. I think in the five digits in terms of
Okay.
feet
So first,
below
if we have that kind of money, that is
and
not what
pressure.
we're doing with that kind of money.
Well, I have to agree with you, Stellina, because
I'm
Jael
agreeing with
said
you. I agree
something
with
that is
you.
so
No,
important. She's
we're
like,
not doing that with that kind of money. If I have that kind of money, we going somewhere like we doing things in Dominica. You know the amount of what 250,000 can do for Dominicans right now. If I had that kind of money, I am putting that money into some charitable contribution to something like I'm setting up people in at least one community.
Pause. Pause for a chorus. Pause for a chorus, right?
Going down to look for Titanic. We're going on Netflix to look for Titanic, not below on the no sea. What now? No.
To play devil's advocate, and I'm agree with everything you're saying, but to play devil's advocate, the one of the billionaires, actually a lot of what he did was philanthropy, and he was actually funneling a lot of money into exactly what it is you're saying.
So I
Just play
guess
devil's advocate.
so he just figured
Just
he
has
had
some
the
Just play
last
extra.
devil's advocate.
He had
that
some
is the last bit he had. He just take it to one that he see the last bit of.
myself. I
I
all went to what I want a billionaire
I don't know.
to come out and
Personally,
go to a BBL.
I don't know why, honestly, outside of like research purposes, why what this fascination is, because at the end of the day, yes, the Titanic is one of the most like everybody knows about the Titanic and the tragedy that, surrounded it and this and the other. But at the end of the day, it's a graveyard. It is a watery graveyard where so many men, women, and children lost their lives.
Perish.
For the life of me, coming out of this, I was just stumped on. Forget the money that was spent on all of that. Like, what is this fascination in trying to go to someone's graveyard? Like, what is it? I didn't understand it.
You know what I would do? Here's an idea for the billionaires who have money and you actually want to do something. Okay, so you want this to be a tourist attraction. Let us get
Why?
some form of gadget that can go. You can throw below that can actually go to the wrecked Titanic, and we'll us the people, the tourists, we can sit on the ship at the top and
And watch it on a big
view.
screen.
We can watch it on a big screen.
That's a long way down, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Throw something below and let us sit nice, cross our legs. If we want to watch a wrecked ship, let us sit down and enjoy the views from the top. We're not going below to look for no, we're not doing that.
Something
12,000 below sea. 12,000 feet.
12,000
that's
feet.
a very to me the biggest tragedy in all of this. I mean, again, I'm not rejoicing over anyone's demise, but the most heartbreaking thing in all of this was the son of the billionaire, because within the five people, it was a father and son that went down, and I think the father was like a Pakistani billionaire and all that. He was the one that I was talking about, who is known for doing a lot of philanthropy work and all of that. The tragic thing in all of this is his son, who I think was 19 or 20. He didn't want to go.
So
He
why did
didn't
he
want to
go?
go. He went because apparently it was like a Father's Day thing. His father wanted to go, and his father, I guess, like inveigled him to go. But the family of their family is saying after the fact that the son said he didn't want to go, but he ended up going because his father wanted to go. You know how it is with your parents, and it's Father's Day.
As
So
dead,
that to me was the unfortunate, the most heartbreaking thing in all of that. You didn't want to go, but it's your dad,
If I
and
learned my husband and my child with two deck, I would say one of them didn't want to go too.
as dead as the father is, I charging him for murder for taking that child with him where he go there.
If I learned my man and my child with two deck that go down in a test tube, I would say that one of them was forced.
In a straw. That's not a test, that's a straw.
but you guys know how it is with parents. Even if you don't want to go,
My
yeah,
brother,
yeah,
I would say one of them. I
and
would
he trusted his dad.
because I'm alive. I'm the living wife of those two deck.
Let
I
it
would
take your inheritance and just finish it. That don't come back on the media. We mourn
I
and we
would say
sympathize.
my brother, my son did not want to go. The man that make him go, because two people can't be properly like I don't know what they were looking for, and I can't. I
They
mean,
were looking for
I feel
Titanic,
absolutely
yeah.
horrible that they passed away from this, but the action
Yeah.
was pure stupidity, and
My thing is like none of this had to happen. That's the main thing. These deaths were so unavoidable. That is the worst thing in all of this. It's not like it's,
that was an accident.
unfortunate. It wasn't like it was a car accident or a plane crash. Like their deaths were so unavoidable. Like this
Like
didn't
they
have to happen.
like the
This
literally
did
had
not
to
have
go
to happen.
they had to agree to die. Okay, we're
But
gonna
wait a
die.
while. But
That's it.
how about those
They
memes?
actually
Those
did. They
memes.
actually did because the waivers, the waiver had, I think, in multiple, let's say it was a 10-page document, there were multiple references to death in said waiver that they signed. So even if let's say they did survive, they couldn't technically sue because they signed that waiver,
How about the memes?
acknowledging that they were risking their lives.
There were so many memes that came out of that.
We still getting memes. Every day is a new
Like
meme.
there was, you know, they have you know those people that play games online. Sometimes I end up in there random, you know, in the random videos. They have like video games now. They have all
Yeah,
kinds of things, and you
it's a
get
lot
to
of
decide.
memes
I saw political leaders
in
in this
one.
watching.
No, it's
I was
crazy.
so like people not easy.
We're
Those
not
memes had me
rejoicing their
living.
death. We're not rejoicing their death. It is very unfortunate that they all
It
had to
is
pass
so
away. I
unfortunate.
mean, we would have loved them to survive because I would want to hear their story as to why.
Yeah. Why?
Why? You know, I would have
That
loved
was
to be alive because I want to know why.
But you
But
see, you know, we're giving them so much airtime right now, and I
next,
really want to move on because
okay,
I think like we've given them enough,
I have to agree.
rest in peace and move on.
especially since right around that time, 700 people died off of the Greek islands, 700
Exactly.
migrants, and 700 versus five, and the five was. You see how the media does do things, they spin things how they want,
When
like
you have money,
like 700 versus 5, and it was amplified so much more. Like you probably don't know one person on that boat that sank and died. You probably don't know
To
one
play
person.
devil's advocates, I probably shouldn't say what I'm gonna say. No, hear me out. From a media perspective, I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. And the reason why I say I understand it is with the boat that capsized, they were gone, right? They reported it and they were gone. Versus they didn't know where these people, like if there was a chance that these people were alive and they were searching for them and this and the other. If you understand what I'm saying. It wasn't a situation, what I'm getting at, it wasn't a situation with the migrant boats where the boat capsized and they're still looking for people.
there was though, no? There was an
No,
ongoing.
I think after capsized, everyone was dead. Versus
I will have to go back on that story because I could have sworn there were a few people
They
who
found, I
still
think they found 170 first or something like that, and then like they were finding people like, so it wasn't
yeah,
like all went down, and
yeah.
they could not find everybody all at once. If I remember
I think
reading.
yeah.
if that is the case, then I stand corrected. If that was the case, my understanding was that because I know that there've been previous situations, unfortunately, where you have migrant boats where they capsize and everyone drowns. So that was where I was coming from. But if that was the case, if they were finding people, then I stand corrected. I redact my statement.
Your dad, period.
Redacted.
OMG. I feel like people need to make smart decisions in life. And
Same.
one of that specific one was not the smartest decision for somebody, especially for by people who you would have expected a lot more just because they have money and not because necessarily
That
they
was a bitter irony. Bitter irony.
yeah.
An expensive lesson.
Yep, a
So
very, very
very
expensive.
costly lesson. Very costly.
Very, very, and speaking of cost and lessons. Speaking of cost and lessons. What would you do if you learned that your partner or your specifically your husband came to you and said, "You had a baby on the way. Are you living or are you
Which
staying?"
which way we're talking about?
Did he get some alert from that I wasn't aware of that I was pregnant?
On the way where?
Did he somehow find out that I was pregnant before I knew I was pregnant? Because that's the only baby that I know
On the
that
way
I would
like
be acknowledging.
Marine on its way.
Jail.
Too soon. Too soon. Too soon in jail. We just saw we were laughing at people.
I mean, it was on a submarine on its way to you.
On its
I'm not laughing.
way. Who sent the baby on its way? Or when is it on the way?
Or maybe there's a new birthing a process happening where the stork
Stop
actually is
it.
bringing our
Stop
child to
it.
the home.
Stop
I
it.
don't know what else you're talking about
No,
because I would
no.
never be staying.
Your husband probably during a break call you and break up for the
Yeah, I was
day.
about to say, like probably something happened and we've been away from each other for like 3 months.
You in the army.
This dirty old fight. No, not in the army. No. We have a dirty fight and we've been, separated for 3 months and something happened. I I don't know if I should say.
Are you staying or are you leaving?
I'm not staying.
Be honest, people on the line.
I'm
Be
not
honest.
staying.
Regardless
Be
of the
honest.
situation, Ricqcolia, you're not gonna say. Let's say
The
you are.
only the only time I could probably see that happening, because Stellina kind of referenced something. If let's say
The
we broke
comments
up
on
and it's like a year or two after, and we decided after a year or two to get back together, and in that time he hooked up with someone else and we're broken up. But if we are in a relationship right now, and even if we're on a break, if we're on a break and that's what you're doing,
No,
I
no, no, no,
rolled
no,
it.
no. I'm not saying you're on a break. So you and your husband got into it, and something happened, and probably it's not a break, but you're probably split up. It's still your husband. You split up for whatever reason, whatever fight, some conflict within the home, and he has been somewhere. And after 3 months, he comes and he's like, "Hey, so
baby.
you know,
You don't end this thing
I'm
now.
sorry. I don't know where in the marriage, we agreed to you have a free pass to
The
around if we
comments,
have
the
words.
comments have
Am I
been
missing something?
the
What
comments
am I missing?
the comments on the way
No,
from Sheen from
not
Amazon.
the eye.
I
It's a
said,
prime
"What's
delivery.
wrong with the baby now?"
It's a 2-day prime delivery.
Joy say, my man, I'm staying. I'm
period."
Worse yet, if this is his first child and we don't have children. No, there's some things that I'm not made for. No,
Yeah,
I'm not going.
I wouldn't
telling
sit
you
right
don't
with
answer
me.
the question yet. No, you skirting around it.
I don't answer the question yet.
No.
Okay, let me answer the question. If my husband and I, maybe if we're ever to get into something that is just not working out at the time, and we figure, all right, let's, whatever, we're going on separate ways. It's been 3 months, but 3 months, and you come to me and you're like, you have a baby on the way. I feel like in my heart, it might be something I'll forgive. I'm going to surprise a lot of people with that. I cannot wait for the comments. Ashma, I don't want to hear you. Anika, I don't want to hear you. But
You're supposed to do that. I
I,
got to
I,
do it
I have
now.
a I have a question.
I,
Right?
mhm.
My question is, okay, I understand up until
Up until
y'all
what?
fall out, y'all on a break or whatever. And even if let's say he is, making his little rounds and that sort of thing, right? And y'all on a break. You're going in raw?
If I go
We're
in,
not divorced. Not you, him. We're not divorced. We're not even separated. We're not even legally separated. And
Condom full of
you
break.
you raw dogging it?
The
yeah,
condom
That
full
to
of
me
break.
that is
The
disrespectful.
condom full
That
of
is
break.
disrespectful in my opinion. Disrespectful.
condom could have broken.
Especially if we packing. Condom full of
Yeah,
break.
condom could have break.
In the in Trojans and Directs and all like the tried and true testing, he's in that 0.0000001% of the chances of condoms not working.
No,
Okay.
oh no, okay, so all jokes aside, it'll be something like I would give it some thought. I would not just, push him away and just decide, okay, no, you effed up, that's it. I don't want to hear, I don't want to see you. Given that circumstance that I explained and I'm trying to describe, that is the only way that would be almost understanding or acceptable by me.
Well,
Or
I'll give you my two cents
very
on this.
like
All
yeah,
right.
I would think about it. I would think about it.
Stelina, I really think you're being honest. And
I
I
am.
think as women, we have to be honest.
Yeah.
Most women would stay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Being
fair.
honest,
That's fair.
most women would stay, especially if he pass that thing
And
on
they
you
have.
after he
They
give you
have.
money. Most women will stay. That's why we have men
Um,
being betrayed all the time.
didn't LeBron father a child while he was with Gabrielle Union, if I'm not mistaken?
Not too
I
familiar.
think he did. I think he did.
LeBron and Gabriel
I
look
think
like
he did.
like right now we know
No,
that.
but but you know what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's not uncommon. So this situation is not an uncommon one. Um, I just, to me, it's one thing to say, to find out like I was hooking up with another woman or women. To me, that is that level. Uh, that is disrespectful. Now because there's a now permanent consequence to this.
No, I feel it's a bit different. I feel it's different if I am at home, if I'm sitting at home, and to me, like, I have this, beautiful, match, living in love with my husband, and he comes home to tell me that he has a baby on the way while I'm at home, and I'm thinking to myself that it's all nice and pretty and dandy at home, then it's an absolute, it's not going to happen. No. Because right then and there, like, I will deeply feel disrespected by that.
Mm.
I
Like,
think you might still stay.
girl,
Let me tell you, most of us will stay.
not under that circumstance. No, right now, I looking like a fool. Like, why at home thinking like
But
we
so much women I know that looking like fools and they stay.
Yeah.
Is that person? Like
true, but
I
me
can probably
personally,
count
mm-mm.
on my fingers and my toes women I know who've stayed. Not I say fingers on my toes. So plenty women stay.
I
They
know some
stay.
people who stayed. I know some people who
They
stayed.
stayed when they're right. They stayed when they're wrong. They stayed. I know plenty women. If it's a husband, you're more likely to find if it's a boyfriend that they might not stick around. But if it's a husband, when they've invested money,
True.
house,
True.
land,
True. True.
like like
Facts.
like I and I
And
also
beyond the
marriage.
land and the money and all of that, some people beyond the money and the land and all of that, some people like they believe when it comes to those vows, they really believe through thick and thin, including all of that mess, and
Right,
including the disrespect. They really
marriage.
think that I still have to stick it out. You're right.
Marriage is a business transaction, and when you enter into that transaction, that is a transaction that can potentially cost you a lot of money if you decide to get out of the transaction.
So, Jill, what about you? What are you doing?
Yeah. What are your two cents? We didn't hear from
Me,
you.
Hmm.
I'm not married now.
We're not married either. I'm not married either, and I gave my 2 cents. What's yours?
My two cents is that more than likely I will probably stay. I'll probably stay. I'm being real. I'll probably stay more than likely. I've never been put in that position. And then again, I live a very fluid life, so to speak. So I would not judge him, especially the scenarios that you brought up, Stellina. Like, I would not judge. Yeah, shit can
Yeah.
happen, whether or not I'm being a good wife or not. I think more than likely I would stay. Like,
But then it
if
also come. But then it
it's a
also.
marriage, if it's just a relationship, I cannot guarantee that. Because let me tell you, the amount of fishes that in the pond and dying on the side, brother,
Okay.
I
Not
might
12,000 feet though. Not the fish 12,000 feet down. No. We're not checking those fish out.
Jill,
No.
I need you to go to the comments, please, Jill.
you
No,
never
let's
see
go
how
to
I
the
looking like
comments.
Ariel under the
Jill,
sea with my
Jill, can you go to the comments, please? Thank you.
let's say
After the comments, I have a question. After the comments, I do have a question for both of you.
okay,
Mm.
so Alison is saying, okay, in all seriousness, I have to think about it, but I could live with it. When it comes to a child, Gasa, you never know. So Nini is saying in reality, some of us will stay. Yes, I mean I'm gonna like that. Joyanne saying I'm not talking, Papa. Ashma is saying plenty of us will stay. Somebody, Alice is saying condom more likely to break when you see you rolling chance. Nix is saying, in all seriousness, my mental health is more important to me. Most women will love the child more than the mother.
That's true. It's children. You
Yeah,
can't not like children.
it's for
And
real.
they didn't ask for this. They just were born into it.
Fellas under the live listening to that, I will stay hard like Brad.
If you know, you know.
I don't know.
It's some Dominican part. If you know, you know.
Situationship, no
Yeah.
relationship.
My question though, I understand the premise of, especially when it comes to marriage, if you're married, you more than likely would stay than just bust out. But then it begs the question, then what are your boundaries? Like then what are your deal breakers? Because if in theory it's a matter of, okay, well, she said, now there's a baby that's not yours, that's coming into the picture and all of that, then at what point do you say enough is enough?
No,
That
that's
is
good.
why I tell you
That's
it's
going.
a
Yeah,
business transaction.
that's going a little
Most people
deeper.
cannot say enough is enough because it's too costly to say enough is enough. It's too much of
So
a
then essentially you're staying in a marriage that is riddled with disrespect and cheating and all these
you
other
know the amount
things
of times
because
a man will
money went in.
I know the amount of times a man will
We're,
propose
we're, we're not
to
even.
some woman and she forgets everything that happened yesterday.
It happens. It happens. It happens in this life. Like,
I know, and I've seen it as well. Like I have seen it with, well, not personally, of course, but I've seen it with family friends. I've seen it with just people that I know in my circle and all of that. I've seen where people like they will sacrifice any and everything to stay in that marriage, regardless of what's going
Ricqcolia,
on.
I know this
But
I know
then it,
this girl. I know this girl. And she'll tell you. She got it straight
mm,
up, man. Her manners make her vex, 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 vex. And she said, just so she said, he does make me vex, 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 vex. But when you see, say, baby, come. And he just turn her, she said, she just forget everything.
melt. We know the type. We know the types.
She just
We know
forget
those guys. We
everything.
know
She
those
said she
guys.
forgetting what
Yes.
she was vexed for, why she was vexed, when she was vexed.
no,
Some of them.
obviously, it's not. You're not gonna feel good and great about it. Like, of course, like emotions come into play a lot. It's not
Hmm.
something you'll jump around, you'll rejoice, you'll be like, oh, it's nothing, man, whatever. It is what it is. No, it's like, well, speaking for myself, it's nothing to be happy about. Like you're not happy. It does not make you excited to know your husband is coming home with this news that he has a baby on the way from outside while you guys are in whatever field it is. It's not a piece of cake. But again, it's something that I would have to think about. Ah, I can't,
We treat it on a case by case basis.
yeah.
This is why I am so on the fence about getting married because I feel like so many people disrespect the institution of it. Like,
That's
what's the point? After a while, what's the point? Because a lot of people treat marriages like boyfriend and girlfriend situation. Don't you realize that? You would think that all right, people would do certain things if they're in a
what is
boyfriend
marriage.
girlfriend.
What is marriage?
Sorry,
What is marriage?
you
Jail.
mean the official definition of it?
My definition of marriage is a way to get the government in your business.
There's that too. There's that too. But for me, I always figure that like there's certain things that nothing is right that people do when they're in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend. That is, but there's always been the premise of when you get to marriage, it's this elevated form of the relationship, and there's certain things you're not supposed to do. We all know otherwise. We all know otherwise. Don't get me wrong. I'm not acting like I'm naive in that sense. But to me, it's a matter of if we're doing all these disrespectful things in a marriage, then why get married in the first place?
But if the man is a dirty crate and you decide to marry him, that your business, we,
That is your
and you
business.
know you know
True.
what you're marrying, we
That is
like
Yes, but then there's some people you honestly don't know until after the fact. Unfortunately, it
but
is a
that is
reality.
why I doesn't window shop. I just try the clothes on.
Right.
Make sure it fits in. Make sure it's
Before.
not too tight. Make sure
Before.
Walk
if I give a
around,
little weight, it will fit.
check all the
If I lose
angles,
a
check the
little weight,
different
it will fit.
lighting.
Make sure if it looking good when I wear it at night. Make sure it when looking good if on the day with high heels, with flat shoes, with sneakers before I buy the clothes.
I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 1,000,000%. But it's just observations I've noticed and how people run and rush into marriage before they try it on. They see it in the light, they see it in the dark, they try it at different angles. Like they check before they check the price. A lot of people rush into marriage and find themselves in very sticky situations after the fact.
Happens all the time.
Nix is saying, all jokes aside, this is a multi-layered discussion. You factor in economics, emotions, psychology, etc. I mean, it becomes more and more. But I'm telling you, know what you getting married to.
So these
I
are
don't
all
say no.
these
I
are
say
all
what.
comments from women. These are all comments from women. Like when
Most of the
women.
comments are from women. Let's see what the men are
I
saying.
would love to know if any guys what guys are saying.
Polo saying, so if my child's supposed to be treated differently because he's an outside child, I think he was responding to something that someone else was saying. Jovian, my boyfriend, is decided to give his 2 cents. A marriage is about creating a positive atmosphere suitable for raising kids. Nothing to do with the two people involved.
Such a diplomatic response. I love it.
Mm, mm, mm.
They just see all them lights and still marry just to please people. Very true.
Very
All the flags
All them
waving.
flags, all them red flags just be waving. And there's
Liverpool.
still
Red flag. When I see red flag, it's Liverpool ice screaming. Sorry.
Run.
let me tell you, this is why you have to know who you're getting involved with.
True.
Like know what the person know. That is when they tell you in sickness and in health, you need to see that. You need to see the
Yep.
sickness and in health and how the person treating you. You need to
Yep.
see the when you broke and when you have money, how the person treating you. You need to
Yep.
see
Yep.
that. You need to know that before you can think this thing about a talota. And I say a talota a long time ago, where people was courting people and them things aren't real no more because
Archaic concepts.
them things doesn't reign no more. I know all you probably stuck up in all the religious thing and I said, oh, we're not gonna kiss, we're not gonna hold hands, we need a chaperone. That is all your business. When all you get two calots, when all you get involved with the marriage, and then all you realize, oh shit, I didn't know that. Well, he wasn't holding his hands, not slapping to give you. No,
Exactly.
he wasn't holding his hands.
in Trinidad, there's a phrase. I don't know if there's something similar in Dominica. It's "See me, like me, but come live with me." Basically, all this niceness, like in the earlys, and when we're dealing with each other, in the restaurant and in the movies and in events and all that's one thing. But people are completely different people when you are living together. When it says you're seeing different sides of them, as you rightly said, in sickness and in health, when things are great, when things are absolute shit, that is a time you really get to know someone, get to know them muscle, get to know how committed they are to something. And that's why personally, like I have actually, I'm not opposed to marriage, but for me personally, I would rather prioritize a long-term partnership
I agree.
and be in it with you. I'm not in the mindset of, okay, well, it's been 5 years, we have to get married. If we are not in that place as a boyfriend, girlfriend, why are we rushing into getting married? Time is nothing after a while. If we aren't where we need to be for a lifetime commitment after 5 years, then it's either we need to continue working on it or we need to go our separate ways.
Yeah,
Why am I trying to run down a marriage when we are not marriage at marriage level, marriage material?
I
Just
agree.
because, well, 5 years pass.
I agree. Totally agree. And then circumstances are different. Like probably you guys couldn't get married because maybe I don't know something's going on that you can't get
oh, how about
married.
those people that spending an arm and a leg on that wedding, going to by moonsault to it? Why would you do so?
I'm on leg.
Why?
Meet me by the
You've been
courthouse,
you've been
and
friends for many years.
I
You still want to do all them what for sure? Probably to see? Probably to come and drink rum on your head? Like really?
I am paying for you to drink all of my champagne
I
all
send
my
you a
rum,
Zoom
all my
link.
wine.
A Zoom link mo kavoyo. A Zoom link. The
Don't
Zoom link
I
kavoyo.
will always say, meet me by the courthouse, and all that money I'm spending behind a wedding, I'm traveling the world. He and I
I'll
are
take you
going,
on the
spending six months
Caribbean
traveling the world.
with my Zoom link. I will charging you for the Zoom link.
no, we're not doing the Zoom link.
$100 cover charge.
We're not doing the Zoom
Oh
link.
Lord. You're not doing the Zoom
No,
link. I
no.
don't know why people out in the streets wanting to spend $1 billion. Sorry to the wedding planners out there, okay? But no, you ain't gonna get a dime
And
from
it's
me.
getting more and more expensive every day. Like, it's wild. It is wild.
I don't know why people do this to themselves. Why? For sure, for people to see you get married, you get the man, you
To
find
say
the
you did
man.
it.
Just it's probably just their heart's desire to have a nice fancy wedding.
Okay, that's fine because I
Some
think again
women want
A
the
nice
media
wedding.
has sort of trained us to want that. Not the media, but just generally culturally across many cultures, we've been trained to want to get married and have that big celebration, the big white dress, the big, reception hall, and everybody celebrating you. For a lot of us, we've been trained that way, and that's fine. If that's for you,
comments,
that's for you.
comments. Some women just so Lil Me's bold is saying some women just cannot be alone. They rather be scraps than to be alone. Just to say they have a man. So what happens if the acting is prolonged? 5 years into a marriage, true colors have surfaced. Somebody else is saying it doesn't take you. It doesn't have to take you that long to see a man true colors. You are not good. We are not good at make
Make
believe. Trust me. Say men are not good. That's a man, eh? Polo that's saying that. Karen Graham is saying, true, well said, guys. Kerry Brady is saying, well said, Ricqcolia. Kerry Brady is also adding, so wait. Let me tell you, some people going for an Oscar the acting so
The Academy Awards.
I mean at the end of the day, I know of people who have been deceitful for years. Eh? They can be deceitful for years, and
Mhm.
there's that, especially when you live in big country where you can have two lives, two wives, three wives, four wives, and nobody don't know because
yeah.
paths don't cross. It's very easy.
Those are some dangerous people.
But when
There's
you're
some
living in a
really
small
dangerous people.
community and everybody know that you nabi like your business bound to show very quick. People will see, like Polo say, it's not hard to see men true colors. It's not hard
Not hard
to
to see,
see
man.
men true colors. And if you don't see the red flag, it's because you have a veil. You have a veil over your eyes. You have last seen your eyes.
The wedding veil.
The thing is, the
The
men
wedding
actually
veil.
show us their true colors, but it's like sometimes we just blind. To us, we don't.
You don't want to see it.
We're not ready to see, but they actually do show us very early.
Especially the thing nice.
Like they show us, but it's like we're not seeing. We
When the
blind.
Is it
thing
saying
nice,
nice? And it's also society, yes? There's,
you
as you
just
rightly
go
said, there's
and
some people
with it. You just lick up your
there's some people, especially like if they're in a circle, they have like friends who are all getting married, they're all in successful relationships and this and the other. There's some people who would intentionally stay to keep up appearances.
Yeah,
Behind closed doors, they are miserable. But again, society tells them that, they need to get married and they need to have a man. And there's some people who are just in love with the idea of being in love. Oof.
but my
Well,
wedding
girls and guys, make sure you try it before you buy it. Don't go spending all that money on a marriage
yeah,
that
try it
and then
before
when
you
he come
buy
and bring when he come and bring when he they call you a message for you, you don't know how to deal with it. Know what you're getting into, and some of us, as I said, will stay, and most of us will stay. And if you stay, you know why you staying. You know your reason behind why you staying, right?
it. Yep.
And I've seen some people to continue to have really good relationships even after the fact. Even
Yeah,
after the
I
fact
have
of
seen it too.
infidelities, like they like to call it infidelities, and even after the fact, I've seen people go on to have really good relationships because the man edit themselves because they're checking moms. They're going to probably put a poison in my food. Joke, I make it joke. Joke, jokes. But some women actually Men actually, fix themselves and are able to be really good husbands to their wives, even after making such. And I don't want to call it a mistake because a child is not really a mistake. So
A choice was still
stepping
made.
out and that making babies on the outside, to each his own. Personally,
Wait a on.
I would I would evaluate the situation and see, but more than likely, I probably will concede and say, you know what, he's a child, we can raise the child, and that's the end. Solomon Grundy. Yeah, I think that's my take on this, and I mean it's our time. It's 9 o'clock. Like
What?
the time
When?
has gone
How?
so quickly.
What happened?
It's 9 o'clock. I don't even know how the time flies. Like I was watching, and 1 minute it was 8:20, and all of a sudden I watch again. It was 8:45. I was like, holy shit! It's our time. We want to say thank you very, very much to all those of you who tuned in, who came on, who commented. Did you share the live? Have you joined the group? We're going to be running a poll in our group, and we want you to be part of it. We also want to be able to invite you if we decide to continue with this, because without you, we can't be here, right? So we need to make sure that you really want us here after the 7th episode. So our 7th episode will wrap up season 1, and then we're going to analyze and see if it's something that is sustainable for us, as well as something that you absolutely love. So share your comments, let us know, give us your 2 cents, tell us what topics you enjoy the most. I mean, we want to know everything.
Is the link in the comments, right?
The link is actually pinned in the comment
Oh, it's
section.
pinned, okay.
So you can get on the link in the comment section. You could type in 2 cents on social media, on Facebook. We'll actually stream tonight on YouTube. So big up to the folks out on YouTube who were tuned in. Oh shit, somebody was in the chat on YouTube. Sammy, big up yourself. D Leslie, if you have a child, he can go. I cannot. Sammy Prince, D Leslie, big up yourself. Thank you very much on YouTube. We also had folks logged in on LinkedIn. I actually went on live on all my profiles. So I was on LinkedIn. I was on Twitter. I was on YouTube, and as well as Facebook. So we're all over tonight. So folks, thank you very much for tuning in. I see Arnold was on LinkedIn. Big up yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in. And
Thank you,
we hope that we
guys.
can continue, right? We hope that we can continue.
Yes.
I hope so. Guys, go ahead, click the link, take part in the poll.
Only want us to continue, yeah or nay, Put a comment in the chat.
Please be yay. Please be yay.
If you want us to return after the 7th episode. So let us know if you want a season 2. If you want a season 2, we'd like to know. This is the 6th episode. So next week is our final
It's the
episode.
last. Oh my gosh. How did we get here so quickly? It's so crazy.
I know. It's been fun.
Time flies when you're having a good time.
That's right. That's right. It's been really fun, and it's been great to have all of you join us. We really appreciate it, and we thank you. Some people say we're their mental health break. Like we bring them life, And
Love to hear it.
join us every single week. Ladies, that's it.
Ma'am.
That's it. That's it.
See you guys next week.
What message that you passing for people that's telling you? What message that? What lip movement that?
Yeah, that long weekend that's coming there.
The drinks already started.